said the Chiefs were going to take it home this year. Not a single one. Feel that? Feel it? And on top of that, next time the Chiefs say something, put some respect on our name.
It is a little hard to put respect on your name when snot's literally dripping from your nose, Travis. I do understand having that underdog mentality. It's fuel, but pretty much everyone has considered the Chiefs one of the best teams in the NFL since 2019, so I don't really know where that's coming from. Plus, sportsbooks really had them as the third best odds to win the Super Bowl before the season started. So is it fair to say nobody believed in them? No. Certainly some people didn't believe in them. And those people, they should feel like fools. All I know is when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, the world loses. The last time the Chiefs won, we got COVID a month later. I wonder what calamitous event is in store for humanity next. I don't know, but I bet all of those spy balloons have something to do with it. Today, we will relive the best and worst plays, players, moments from what was a very entertaining Super Bowl 57. That's good sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Today's episode is sponsored by Manscaped.com/goodsports. Now, I've been using their new beard trimmer, which I got in the Hedger Pro kit for close to 2 months now, and I have yet to find a single flaw. They thought about everything with this design. I mean, just compare the way I looked last year at this time versus the way I look this year. It's because I have the beard hedger with the easily adjustable zoom wheel to adjust to which length I want to trim on the fly, and because this bad boy is waterproof, I can trim in the shower and save time. The blade and cutting angle are perfect to hit those annoying flat laying hairs for single stroke trimming, and Manscaped calls this design the one stroke wonder, which makes me think they may have been spying on me in the shower. The Hedger Pro Kit comes with the beard shampoo, conditioner, and beard oil to give you everything you need for the perfect beard maintenance and to nourish and grow a pristine face drape. So use my link below or go to manscaped.com/goodsports for 20% off and free shipping. Best American, Nick Sirianni, head coach of the Eagles, the mascot of the United States, who during the national anthem looking across at the Chiefs, led by an Andrew, let loose emotionally with tears trailing down his face. A trail of tears. Worst prize? Well, that goes to the NFL. They should be ashamed. This year's Play 60 Super Kid was awarded the opportunity to take a photo with an NFL official. Here you go, Julia. You worked your tail off being active in the name of good health. Did it better than any other kid. Now go take a photo with one of the most hated people in America. I wouldn't punish a convicted murderer with this. Poor Julia. Now, Super Bowl 57 was really a tale of two halves. Or as Charles Dickens might say, a tale of one whole. The Philadelphia Eagles dominated the first half of this game, while the Chiefs owned the second half and got the dub. Philly's opening drive, though, was tone-setting. It featured a couple grabs by receiver Devontae Smith, a run by Jalen Hurts, a catch by Dallas Goedert, and ultimately capped by a QB sneak into the end zone. Essentially, Jason Kelce paved the way for Jalen Hurts there. Kansas City answered, though, with my least favorite play, defense's run. You've got the nickel D, dime, umbrella, prevent, but I can't for the life of me understand why defenses still deploy the don't fucking cover Travis Kelce formation. Isaiah Pacheco ripped off a run before, guess what? Travis Kelce burned Marcus Epps on a double move for an easy touchdown. The Kelce brothers, hands down, were all over those first two touchdowns, leading me to my best throw, going to Jalen Hurts, who threw this 45-yard explosive device to A.J. Brown for a TD at the top of the second quarter. Mahomes, playing on a high ankle sprain, has gotten a ton of praise, but Jalen Hurts making a throw like this with a sprained throwing shoulder is equally ridiculous. Hurts would have been up for best individual performance had Philly won. He tied Terrell Davis's record for most rushing TDs in a Super Bowl with 3. He had 304 passing yards, that one passing TD, and 70 rushing yards with those 3 TDs and a 2-point conversion. And I think 68 of Jalen Hurts' rushing yards came on QB sneaks. Best team at QB sneaks? The Eagles. And I don't just mean for this game. I mean all time. I got excited when they lined up in this bulldozing formation, which they did several times in this game, and it always worked. Worst series? The Eagles in the second quarter. All those amazing QB sneaks marred, tainted by the Eagles' false start on 3rd and 1, which brings us to our best snitches, the Chiefs' defensive line. But these snitches, oh, they do not get stitches. They get touchdowns. On the next play, Jalen Hurts fumbles the ball for no reason, untouched, as he tries to change hands. Just a bad play. And if I'm Jalen Hurts, I'd say to my teammates, oh God, I'm sorry, my shoulder, it just stopped working on that one play and that one play alone. I don't know why it singled out there, but it definitely just stopped working. That's why I fumbled. Nick Bolton ended up scoring on the scoop there. The last time a Bolton hurt me that much was when Ramsay Bolton cut off Theon Greyjoy's penis in Game of Thrones.
Pork sausage. You think I'm some sort of savage?
Best individual performance? Well, I think I've got to give this to head coach Andy Reid. Why Andy Reid when the hero Patrick Mahomes defied all odds, played with a high ankle sprain, and threw 3 touchdown passes, Brandon? Well, because if Patrick Mahomes didn't have Andy Reid in this game, in this postseason, I don't think Kansas City wins. Also, shout out to Andy for taking some verbal abuse from Terry Bradshaw on the podium.
Come on, waddle over here.
Don't get me wrong, I think Patrick Mahomes did a great job playing injured. He's a freak, we all know that. But both the Patrick Mahomes second half touchdown passes were well-designed plays. They got Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore open with pre-snap motion. Toney's TD got both Darius Slay and Avonte Maddox to decide to not cover him. Same shit on the other side with Sky Moore and his touchdown. Andy Reid convinced both outside corners to abandon outside coverage, even though all their help was in the middle of the field. That shit is genius. Best thing nobody's talking about? Well, late in the third quarter, Philly was ahead 24-21 and proceeded to put together a drive. 17 plays, which was the most plays in a single drive in Super Bowl history. However, Nick Bolton, who scored that TD, gets the stop of the game on 3rd and 11, making sure Kenneth Gainwell has to legally change his name to Kenneth Not Enough Gained here, forcing the Eagles to settle for a field goal. To me, that was the play of the game, because we all know, had Philly gotten within 2 yards of the first down marker, they would have QB sneaked for the first down, probably scored a touchdown. Nick Bolton was, in my opinion, 1, maybe 2 plays away on defense from being named Super Bowl MVP. Worst defense? The Eagles, getting 0 sacks. This is a team that had 78 sacks up to this point, and they couldn't muster 1 in this game. 0 stops in the second half. You gave up 24 points in the second half, Philly, and the longest punt return in NFL history. That's the real reason Philly lost. The Chiefs had 4 drives in the second. Touchdown, 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 and a game-winning field goal. Patrick Mahomes was 13 of 14 with those 2 touchdown throws. The Chiefs were also penalized 0 times in the second half. 0 times. That's just well-disciplined football. It was almost like the game was being officiated in a way where they weren't going to call certain things, and then they suddenly did. But either way, Kansas City, great job in the second half. And despite Philly's defense doing nothing, Jalen Hurts led a game-tying drive, which included a 2-point conversion to make it even. A great answer by Hurts, who also had one of those QB sneaks early in this drive, dropped another deep dime to Devontae Smith, this one counting, of course, but it was all for nothing. As my best play, goes to Patrick Mahomes running for 26 yards on a bum ankle during the Chiefs' game-winning drive. That was impressive. I'd love to know what the Chiefs training staff shot into his ankle at halftime. Maybe Toradol, maybe a horse tranquilizer, maybe gazelle semen. I don't know, but my guess is that they harvested Jackson Mahomes' ankle. The younger Mahomes was conceived for this very moment, and he's been TikTok dancing to strengthen his ligaments for moments just like this. Jackson Mahomes may be annoying, but his body parts belong to the Chiefs. Brett Veach, you really are a genius. Best stat, Jalen Hurts became the first quarterback to rush for 3 touchdowns in a Super Bowl. You have to go all the way back to Otto Graham in the 1954 NFL championship game for the last time a quarterback found the end zone 3 times. I didn't even know they let quarterbacks run back then. Or was it throw? Worst stat. Teams leading by double digits after halftime of the Super Bowl are now 26-2. Obviously, you have the Atlanta Falcons, who were up 21-3 at intermission. And now the Eagles, who had a 10-point cushion before Rihanna came in and screwed it all up. Under my umbrella, Ella, defense. You're going to give up 24 points. Sorry. Worst drop? Quez Watkins dropping this pass in the third quarter. Philly would have been on the 7-yard line with a fresh set of downs if Quez chose a better time for a Nelson Aguilar impression. Instead, that drive eventually ended in 3 points. If Quez holds on there and the Eagles score, Jalen Hurts is going down with one of the best Super Bowl performances by a quarterback ever. Philly made mistakes, missed opportunities, while the Chiefs simply did not. Worst fan?
Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly, and it's Super Bowl Sunday. Now, I gotta admit, I get a little melancholy during the Super Bowl week.
Melancholy? Is it because you don't have any more ex-wives or waiters to murder, OJ? Best disappearing act? Miles Sanders, whose Super Bowl highlights can only be viewed with Aaron Rodgers on his darkness retreat. Best hands? This is going to Dallas Goedert. I thought Dallas had an underrated game. While he may not be able to get as wide open as Travis Kelce, he made 2 or 3 catches that were just incredibly impressive. I feel like they all came on third down. His sideline toe drag on 3rd and 16 was big. Worst player? Referee Carl Jeffers, who the Chiefs fans hated prior to this game for allegedly stealing the 2018 AFC Championship game from them. Do you see the hypocrisy, Chiefs fans? He robbed you there, but this call, perfectly great. I'm just confused because nobody on earth should be better at identifying questionable calls by Carl Jeffers than Chiefs fans, which is why it's strange that they really like this holding call in this game. Now, I already discussed the holding call in a separate vid, and again, Kansas City dominated the second half. That's why they won. I respect that. All I want to see right here in the comments are the Chiefs fans who would say, if Carl Jeffers made this call in Philly's favor, if it were switched, if Philly got this call in the exact situation, tell me you'd be okay with it in the comments. I just want to see who those fans really are. Just show it. Show yourself. Show yourself! You fucking hypocrites. Best brother? Jason Kelce. Also, I do want to see Jason Kelce going one-on-one with more NFL corners. Because you got the best hit, Jason. I know. Shitty consolation prize, but you earned it, Jason. And my Benchwarmer Brew Player of the Game, Player of the Year, QB Chad Henne, a.k.a. the Giga Chad, a.k.a. Anything is Possible. Called it a career after 15 seasons in the NFL, riding off into the sunset like John Elway of Benchwarmers. Henne's last action in the NFL included a huge touchdown drive against his old team in the divisional round, and now he hangs up the cleats with 2 more Super Bowl rings than Dan Marino. Eagles fans, if you're feeling bitter, make sure you go to BenchwarmerBrew.com. Check out either my blend, the backup blend, that's for you, Chad, or the Losers blend, specifically designed for losing football teams to feel better after bad losses. And finally, Melvin Gordon. If he's taught me anything, it's that Jalen Hurts can keep fumbling and fumbling and fumbling and fumbling and fumbling and fumbling and then fumbling some more, fumbling one more time, and then another time on top of that, and still win a Super Bowl. So chin up, Jalen. Future's yours. Just keep on fumbling, baby. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, at Brandon Perna. If you like talking football nonsense, that's where we can do it. And shout out to Will Keys and Johnny Barks for helping me all season long with these videos, writing, and editing. You guys are awesome.